We are here with one of the most anticipated guests of the channel. We've got Slaughter To Prevail in the house. We got Alex Terrible. We got Jack here. They started the band together. And every time I shoot a podcast, I got people going, when are you getting Slaughter To Prevail on? And I'm like, I know. And I got to tell you, let me tell you about how cool these guys are. Because where we're at is at Blue Ridge Rock Festival. The festival was canceled today. And these dudes are making it happen at their hotel, which is an hour away from the venue. That's how dope these dudes are here on Rockbeat. Thank y'all so much for making this happen, because I was going to be so bummed if it fell through.
Thank you. We're a big family. I think it's necessary for both of us, and I respect your work.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Make the best of the fucking shitty weather and the English weather, to be honest.
Hell yeah.
I was just trying to guess his accent, and I said Australia, and he's from the UK, and how dumb am I?
Almost.
Yeah. So, y'all, I just want to, first of all, I'd like to talk about everyone's kind of how the band came together, how you got started, what your influences were growing up, what bands you were into. So how did y'all meet, and how did Slaughter To Prevail come together?
Yeah. So I was like 20, around 20 years old. I was a worker on factory. I work on factory, and also I start doing music when I was 15. So I practiced my vocals, and my favorite band was Bring Me the Horizon, Suicide Silence, and they inspired me to do these vocals, extreme vocals, And I start to make the fucking covers and put them on YouTube. I didn't know about YouTube much and internet, but I just randomly upload all my videos on YouTube, and one of this video, like for Suicide Silence, I believe that was an unanswered song. It was blow up.
Dude, it's classic. Like, in the fucking room is like so Russian.
Yeah.
It's just this like 20-year-old kid that's just like fucking giving it his.
Yeah. And I put it on the internet, and I have a Facebook. I didn't speak English well. I don't speak English well right now, but anyway,
it's better. It's much better.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, back in the days, I was like zero, and I put it on YouTube. Jack, he played in Ukrainian band, death metal
band.
I was a big fan, actually, and he texted me on the Facebook like, dude, I just saw you cover, let's do some fucking band together.
Yeah.
So you heard his voice. You meet him immediately.
Yeah.
You got to be like, this dude's vocals are nuts.
So I just remember being like, I need to make music with this vocalist. Like wherever he's from, this video is like pretty much iconic at this point, in the fucking bedroom and shit. Like, let's just make music. F all the bullshit. Let's just do it. And it worked out. Although at first you said like, speak to my manager, and your manager also couldn't speak English. And your manager's like, okay, speak to Alex. And then I was like, hey, okay, you down? And he's like, okay, I'm down. And this is how it was born.
Yeah. Right. And so how long before you all met in person? How did that, it's one of those things you started working remotely, and then so basically, I guess, how long ago was this now at this point?
For 10 years.
Yeah.
We start Slaughter 2015, I believe, right? 2014.
Yeah.
2014.
Yeah.
So, and we met in 2015, right?
Yeah. So like 1 year?
Yeah, one year after.
Right?
Yeah. And we got we had a Russian tour, and after the Russian tour, we go straight to Europe, and we had like only one song, Hell. Yeah.
Yeah, literally, one song, yeah.
Yeah, and after European tour, we met Jack in Europe. We did a wonderful tour in Europe for the first time in our life. And it was good for us just because we were young, and we been in the depths, and we did nothing, didn't make any money, and we were sleeping on the floor. We we're struggling really hard, you know. But we were happy because it was like it our way, how our way gets started, you know.
Yeah.
And we met, and after that we dropped the EP, right? And 1 year after or 2 years after, we fly to England,
Yeah,
to UK,
record the album.
Yeah.
Signed with Sumerian. But also a funny story, okay, because there's something you left out. So we did this first tour in Europe, and for some reason, we just had a week off in Holland. Don't know why. Our manager at the time was from Holland, and we just kind of crashed at his house. There's like me, Alex, there's the other dudes in the band, Dima, who's now with us. He was with us back then. And Alex decided to smoke weed. Like, we got some weed, you know, and Alex never told me about what weed kind of does to him. And
Oh my goodness.
and so I got this like joint. I smoked with Alex, and next thing I know, he's freaking out in this small little Dutch town, still looking tatted up and shit. And we start walking around the town, and he sees writing, Russian writing, on the floor in like chalk that literally says in Russian, "Hell is Satan." Yeah, and I thought like they wrote. I thought they're me, but they swear down that actually, it was just there, right?
Yeah. And it was on Russian, like Russian letters, you know?
Yeah.
It was like, and I was like high as hell. And I see that shit, and I was like, I gotta f***ing quit. That.
That's incredible. So, Alex, tell me about, what it was like for you growing up, because there's like such cultural differences, I think, between US, Russia, Europe, all that stuff. For you, like, what was your upbringing like? And, and then I want to also get to how you are confident enough to stand there as a bear just barreling towards you. But we'll get to that in a moment, because I know everyone wants to hear about that. But first, what was your upbringing like growing up?
It was a classic childhood for Russian dude. Pretty bad.
I'll be honest, you gotta explain some of the stories you've told me. What about fucking car? Your dad's car?
Yeah, I stole my dad's car when I was like 9.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and I crashed it
Oh,
because I was escaping police.
oh my God, dude.
Yeah, and when I was 2 years and a half, I was like, I left my home. So my mom tell me like, go to play like in the yard, and I went to the street, and I met some friends, and there were 3 of them, and they were older than me, and they was like, okay, Alex, let's go do something. I was like, yeah. And I was like, for 4 hours or for 5 hours, we were fucking walking, and I tried to smoke a cigarette, not like inhale, like, but just try what is that, and we were fishing, like it was a river, a small river in my village, and it was a dead fish, and we just catching the fucking dead fish. I remember all of this shit, and then we were going to back home, and I see a lot of people, like my parents and a lot of people on the streets just looking for me, like they lost me, and I realized that I'm yeah. But anyway, my childhood was not that bad, but it was not that good,
There's a lot of like economic instability there.
Yeah, actually, yeah. A lot of people struggling in the 90s, you don't have a good job, you don't have food on your table,
Wow.
and all of this shit, and you have to work hard and you have to build your own shit with your own hands,
Yeah.
Like, for example, my grandma and my grandfather, they built their own house together, like 2 of them. They built the whole house, and my mom, she got like 2 or 3 works, and my dad, he was drinking a lot, you know, and then I went to the military school for 5 years or some shit, and it was adopted people, adopted children.
Was this like a school that your parents put you into because you had behavioral issues, or like?
Because my stepdad was a military, and he
Got
was
it.
like, "You gotta enjoy this as well," you know. Yeah, and it was bad times, but right now I realize it was good for me, you know. It's a good experience because I grow like a man, you know. Discipline. You have to take responsibility for what you've done. If you do something wrong or say something wrong, the society and the school will eat you. They will you up, you know, because if you not real, if you hypocrisy or try to be not yourself, they will fucking eat you. You know, and it's good. I think it's good. It's tough, but it's good because I grew up in a good way, you know.
Builds character.
Yeah. And after that, I went to college. I was a mechanic for 4 years, and in this timeline, I was enjoying the metal scene. You know, before that, I was listening to EDM and rap music and all this stuff. You know, Scooter,
Yeah. Yeah,
Germany,
yeah.
band, yeah. Fire. Anyway, and after that, I found out the Britney's Horizon and
Which
Suicide
about how old were you then?
14 or 15 years old, something like that. And I was thinking like, I want to do the same. And
That's so cool.
you know, like the tattoos everywhere, like guys screaming on the stage. He has attention, he has girls and all this stuff, you know. I was like,
Ollie's
I
such
wanna
a
do
great
that.
front man too. That
Oh,
dude
yeah.
is really second to none. I think he commented on one of your
oh
posts.
yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. That makes my heart make work,
Right.
you know, because I remember that days I was like listening to Britney's Horizon like every day for 1 year or 2 years, every day, and I was a big fan. I'm still a big fan of their music, and I very respect them, and especially Oliver Sykes, because he gives me that inspiration to do extreme vocals, you know, and I just copy him, you know, like how you call it, like copycat or something, you know. But anyway, thanks for him, to him, and thanks to Mitch Lacker, rest in peace.
Yes.
You know, but just because of them, I am who I am right now. You know what I mean?
I know that'll mean a lot to them, and you've gotten props from people like Chad from Mudvayne. You're
Yeah.
awesome. How cool was that? I was talking to him, and
I was like, I was listening to Britney's Horizon and Suicide Silence, and then I discovered like Mudvayne, Slipknot, Pantera, all of these bands, you know. I respect them a lot, and right now I'm living my dream just because we share the stage with these bands, you know, and I cannot believe in this because it's just it wasn't my goal. I didn't think about it. I just play music, and I was like 100% into it, you know. And I think I've been doing it for 50 years already, and I've been doing it every day,
Yes.
you know. And it gives me that results, and I really appreciate it, you know.
yeah,
That's it.
I mean, you seem like a very driven person, and you know, it's been amazing to see what Slaughter to Prevail has been doing. I saw you for the first time live in Norfolk, Virginia, at the Norva, and it was like a Tuesday night, and this is a extreme metal show. And on a Tuesday at the Norva, it was packed all the way to the back of the venue. It was sold out. And I said, whoa. And so I'm like, at first as I walk in the door, I look at the crowd and go, damn. And then you come out and y'all play live, and the brutality of the live show is wicked, dude. And y'all just absolutely bring it live, bro. And I wanted to say, like, what was it like the first time y'all got together as a band and jammed? It seems like there's this cohesiveness between y'all when you play live.
Yeah.
Actually, I would say when as all bands, like, we kind of weren't that great at the start. We just weren't. I mean, you know, I think there's a certain amount of road you got to do, you know, being on the road and all this to build up just everything, you know. It's just normal. And we kind of, it felt like we were in at the deep end from the start, like our first US tours with Cannibal Corpse, and we're kind of like,
wow.
And it feels like actually our whole career has been like that. It's like we're always like, how are we here? Even with Falling Reverse, like, we're looking out in an arena and we're playing like caveman riffs and growls and resting bears and shit. And we're like, huge arena, and it feels good, you know, and humbling at the same time. So it's like we didn't start out that great, but we just kept at it constantly, even now, trying to improve everything we can to make it better and sicker, you know.
But we want more. Every time we want more. And I think we will deserve more.
You're such a talented vocalist, but you're also a person who's just doing crazy shit. I want to talk to you about wrestling bears, grappling with bears, whatever you want to call it.
Dancing.
First, the number one thing, bro, dancing. The number one thing I wanted to ask you is have you ever seen the documentary Grizzly Man? Do you know what that is?
No.
I would strongly encourage you to watch it. It's a documentary about a guy who goes into the woods and lives with bears.
Wow.
And the bear ends up eating him, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
of course.
I'm sorry to tell you that.
Of course. I'm not surprised, actually.
I'm so sorry. And rest in peace to that guy. He cared a lot about the bears.
Is he American?
He was, I think he was American. He would go to Alaska. He won an Oscar. And they had all this archive footage of him going out there into the woods. And it was a grizzly bear, though. I don't know what type of bear you're wrestling, but can you tell me, like, how that happens? Like, you've done this multiple times, and how you're not, like, shitting your pants when...
First of all, I was shitting my pants for the first time, you know? Like, we were filming this Baba Yaga clip video, and we was like, we need something, you know, Russian stereotypes, you know? Like tanks, AK, bear, maybe? Yeah, and... in Russia, it's very easy to do something crazy, you know?
Right.
Because in America, if you wanna, like, you know, like, do some crazy shit, for example, set on the fire, like piano and stuff, even in the field, you have to ask the administration or something, sign the papers and all this shit. In Russia, no. You just go to the forest and do some crazy shit, you know? Or not even in the forest, you know? And I just Google bears. Like, yeah, I mean, trained bears, you know? Not wild bears, because I'm not stupid, you know? They will gonna you up.
There are people in my comments, I just want to say about the bear thing, they're like, oh, these are trained bears. I'm like, well, when are you going to go do
Of
it?
course, dude, it's trained bears,
as if that makes it any less crazy. I'm like, oh, well, let's go see you do that.
Of course, dude. When I was the first
volatile.
time, the first time I just go to this guy who trained bears and all this shit, you know, and he said like, come in, yeah, and I was like, okay, and he opened the cage and bear just go on you, and I was like, hell no, I don't want to do this, because I feel the primal fear,
Right.
You know, like it is a wild animal anyway, you know. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's trained or not. He has a stick, and that's it. Like the guy, the coach, like yeah, not even the guard. He's just a stick, and he said, "Stop, Tom! Don't do that, Tom! Stop! What the you doing? He doesn't give a shit about your stick. If he won, he'll rip your ass off, you know."
And this
In
guy
5
can't
seconds.
even guarantee your safety.
Exactly. And when I wrestled that one, I feel pressure, you know, like he just playing with you, you know. And if he wants to go hard on you, you will be dead in 5 seconds.
Yes.
Maybe less, you know, because he has power.
Yeah.
He has like a lot of power. He can rip your skin off with a one paw,
Right.
you know, like bam, and that's it. And for the first time I was wrestling and we shoot a video, it was fine, you know. And he was like 3 years old or 2 years old and a half, and his weight was like probably 300 pounds or 350.
Wow.
Yeah. And then like a few weeks ago I just decided to meet him again because I missed him, you know.
Yeah.
It was not about like shoot the video for next video
Right.
clip or for Slaughter or something. I just wondering how
Catch up with your friends.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, we're our friends when we're in town. We want to
Yeah.
hang out with them. Have a quick wrestle sparring session.
Absolutely.
Come on, just rush it.
Just Russia.
Yeah,
And I just
totally
went,
normal, dude.
I just went back to Russia, you know. I've been in Moscow and I was like, while I'm here, why not? Like, why I don't go and see my friend, you know? And
You think the bear remembered you?
I don't know. Actually,
He was like licking your face. I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
bro.
First time he was like, "What's up?" And he started to sniff my like legs, you know, and like, "Who are you?" And then he stand up, and he was like tall. I was like, "Okay, I'm not ready for this," you know. But then, yeah, he was like maybe recognize me or something. But he is very chill with me.
He was like, dude, this Alex the Terrible.
Yeah, I remember you, brother.
I posted a meme that said Alex meeting his vocal coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
Yeah, these would be great.
the interesting thing too about that is I wonder, like, what was your family's reaction? Like, do your parents call you and go like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh, my mom didn't see that. And, don't tell my mom. No, 100%.
Oh, that's so funny. She hasn't seen, are they not like on social media out there? Like,
No.
is there, I guess a lot of Russian people probably don't use US social media and stuff maybe.
No, like Instagram is pretty popular, but it's just because of this war and fucking sanctions and all this shit. Instagram banned in Russia
Okay,
for
got it.
some reason, you know.
Got it.
But anyway, yeah. But for the second time, I met this bear, you know. He's 5 years old, and in this age, wild animals and every fucking creatures has this turning age with the hormones and all this shit, you know. And he was massive. He's like 700 pounds, you know.
Right.
And I was like, I wanna spar with him. I wanna wrestle with him, you know. And he literally,
Yeah, of course, right.
Of course, dude. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Totally normal.
I wanna test myself, you know. And he was close to break my neck just because he pushed on me, you know, with
Right.
his weight, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And I was wondering, if you go to the forest and you meet the bear, like wild bear, what are you gonna do? You don't wanna fucking run.
No.
No. But anyway, you will be
Right. Right. If that bear's having a bad day, if he's hungry.
hungry.
Yeah.
Mate, if you play with pitbull, like even with this dog, and you know this dog is friendly and stuff, you know, but it's not your dog, you will still like feel this
Your dog bit my ass for fun, and my ass was bleeding. He ran up to our guitarist, and our guitarist ran away. So panicked, he tripped up and flew like guitar everywhere and everything.
What kind of dog?
pitbull.
Oh my God. dude.
He loves children.
He's kind. He's very friendly. He just want to play, you know?
Yeah.
But sometimes he plays so hard and he doesn't realize he's massive. He's
Yeah.
like 170, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen you posting him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually so sweet. He's the sweetest dog ever. He
Yeah.
just doesn't understand his own strength. Yeah.
But you scared of him, right?
Nah.
No?
Well, after this, I didn't want him running up to me, fighting.
Imagine the random person start.
Oh
playing
yeah,
him.
yeah. Whenever we'd walk him or whatever,
Yeah,
like I'd see people. They're like, nah. Yeah, I'm like dipping out.
And this is a pit bull dog, and
Yeah.
this is a bear.
Oh yeah,
Even trained bear.
yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
There's that clip, and I have it up on the screen now, where the bear is just barreling towards you. You're standing there. The bear stands up on its hind legs. In that moment, what goes through your mind?
Dude, it was primal fear again, because you realize
And they can sense that.
absolutely, I can tell, he was like, stand up, and he look at my eyes, and I look at his eyes as well, and I don't want to describe, because I don't understand what I'm feeling, but this feeling not good feelings, what I mean? Because you understand you're nothing against him, even if he's trained or some shit, he's still dangerous. But I love adrenaline, know.
Yeah, so you do a lot of extreme stuff in addition to your music.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and that's what I think is so interesting about you all is that, Slaughter to Prevail is a real in-your-face band. You guys do extreme shit. You wrestle bears. And I compare it to, look, I love Ozzy Osbourne. He's one of the all-time greats, one of my favorites of all time. But he just bit a head off of a bat. I mean, he didn't stand toe-to-toe with a freaking 8-foot bear, however tall it was. And you just don't really see people doing stuff like that anymore. And I was shocked when I saw that clip, and I was like, man, that is next level, dude. That is next level. Even the first clip as well. I wanted to ask you also about the scar on your face. I know you've told this story a little bit, and it kind of goes back to you growing up and being wild and all of that. For those who haven't heard, tell us about the scar and how it came to fruition.
I just made the scarification, I just make it in purpose. I just cut my face.
He cut his face and made... You were wild.
I have a mental problem. No, seriously, I believe everybody does, But
Everyone's crazy.
I'm not hide this, I'm not normal guy, I have some crazy stuff in my mind, but I'm a real guy, I will never lie to you. Oh, I did it because it was a fight with a bear or some shit. No, just because I want to look like a brutal guy. I'm not brutal guy. I'm not tough guy. I'm not a strong man, I'm simple guy like you and everyone, But I just like to show up, these tattoos and scar and extreme music. I think it's just because and back in the days when I was a child, I need attention. I never take from mom or society,
You feel as though you weren't as a kid growing up, maybe. Did you have siblings?
What's that?
You have brothers and sisters?
Older sister.
Older sister.
Yeah.
Did you feel so maybe the culture is different in Russia, where in America, maybe sometimes kids are too much attention and
here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 1,000,000%.
Yeah. The greatest thing.
And it's not bad.
Yeah.
I think it's not.
You feel
bad.
like you didn't get that as a kid enough growing up, and you didn't get
because my mom always busy with work, and my older sister, for example, I go to the not school, but before school you go to kindergarten, and my kindergarten was really close to sister school, and my mom always said Nadia, you have to watch your brother, and we were walking every day, I believe 5 kilometers or 6 kilometers is about 1 hour of walking. Or maybe more, and I was a kid, I was less than 6 years old. I was 4 or 5 years old, and we were walking, and she was taller than me, and she were walking fast, and I was do some stupid shit, looking for something to play with while I'm walking to the kindergarten, and she just go straight to the school, and I'm lost where I am,
Right.
and every fucking time, every day. and all the guys start to bully me, like, you have money and some shit, while I go to the kindergarten, and every day like this,
Really? That's a thing where they perceived you to be rich as a kid?
Oh no, like they're trying to take your money, right?
Oh, got it. Like, okay, bullies, like lunch money, got it.
Yeah,
Totally got it.
exactly. We call them gopniki. Yeah. Like tough guys, and they search for the victims, And every time they search for the smaller guys or weaker guys, And I just
So you were bullied a lot growing up?
yeah.
Yeah. Did you look as like a nerd or something?
Nah.
I'd like to see a picture of you as a kid, like when you looked like, but it's just they were going for everyone there. It seems like a ruthless environment.
Yeah, exactly. I never was a nerd or something, but I just I don't know. We have that problem everywhere.
Yeah.
With the
Totally.
tough guys and
It's here for
peoples.
sure.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I didn't know how to fight and defend myself and all this shit. And I didn't have this character and stamina,
Right.
Right now, I know how to fight. I will defend the weak person if I don't like person, but if he is weaker than me and somebody start to hurt him, I will defend him 1,000,000%, Just because I believe that real men have to do that, and it doesn't matter about the situation and all this shit, But back in the days, I wasn't that strong and brave,
Right.
what I mean?
You deal with like backlash from people online, and one of the things about you, whenever you get that, you stand by what you believe in.
Of course,
you
of
know.
course. I mean, I don't want to lie to myself, I don't want to play games and being sketchy for some reason, for being popular or just for money or whatever, I will not do this. I will rather lose popularity or money or something, but I'm 30 years old. I want to show my children how to live this life and be a real man, you know what I mean? And it's not about you gay or you trans or you whatever, It's about your character. It's about you have to be a strong inside, and stand for you and for your family no matter what.
Right. And you said you don't have a problem with anyone's beliefs or anything like that.
No, I don't care. It's just not my business. I don't like when people try to go into your underwear. It's my personal and it's your personal. I don't want to touch it. They're very important for me. It's not what you believe, but it's how you act in your real life, and it doesn't matter who you are, like a man or a girl, Christian or gay or black or white. I don't fucking care. If you're a real man, a real person, don't lie to yourself and you stand with your beliefs. If I don't, even if I don't share these beliefs, I don't care. If you stand with this, I will respect that. You know what I mean? And if you defend your beliefs, I will respect that.
I want to talk to you about, you were recently in Russia and you were in the studio. Yeah. Were you there as well?
No, drummer, Zhenya, Evgeny.
Oh, yeah.
He was recorded drums in Russia because it's kind of cheap in Russia, and
he's comfortable there,
He's
right?
comfortable,
Like with the
yeah.
language, even though everyone can speak English, there's like especially nuances to recording and little things like communicating with the producer that it just makes sense for him,
of course. And
And what can you share about, the new music and stuff? How's that going? Because I can tell you posted a clip from the studio, and just based off the drums that I heard, I was like, damn, this slaps.
for me, music, our music is something more than just the music, it's a big energy, and I wanna make our music brutal, extremely brutal and heavy,
Hell
but
yeah.
at the same time, make it understandable for
For the average person, right?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You can listen to Rammstein,
Yeah.
for example, and you can feel the heaviness and brutality, but at the same time you clearly understand the music, you know? It sounds not messy, it sounds not fucking like chaos, and it sounds very melodical but brutal. I want to do the same but in our genre, you know what I mean? And for this album, I believe we're gonna mix the Castellum, like the album we dropped before, but at the same time we're trying to put some new like elements.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's kind of like so far it's darker, but it holds a lot more emotion. Like I think that what we've done is we've taken a lot of the things that we feel work so good about Castellum, just little elements here and there, and we just pushed that as far as we can take it, and we just went harder. You know, we have. I think when we were writing this, we've pushed ourselves more with everything from song structure to small little finer details to even like effects and orchestrations, you know, but still us. Like, and there's not one song on here that doesn't sound
And
like us.
small details is very important because you build everything on the small details, you know? You have to pay attention for the small details. And one more thing about new music, we were focused that our new music sounds pretty good live.
Yeah, I was
know
gonna
what I
wonder
mean?
if you
Yeah,
write for the
translate.
live setting.
Yeah, like it's got like there's certain songs in the set list that sound great on record, and then live it just doesn't have the energy. And for us, it's got to translate to a live performance. You know, it's got to have like I think the best bands, Rammstein especially, Pantera and all that. You hear it live, and it's like it just has that same energy. You know?
I am blown away by you guys saying that because I can tell you, like, when I saw you live, I was like, this is a band that could play those huge stages because
I'm happy to do that.
your music is so suitable for it, where you could have, you know, freaking 25,000 people out there going insane.
Yeah.
And I hear that when I see y'all live, and that's another one of the things where it's metal that can be consumed by huge audiences in the same way Slipknot, the same way Pantera can be as well. When it comes, I want to talk about the mask as well because I love the mask. I want to get one.
I will send you one.
Oh, dude, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
The mask, how did all that come together? Because I think that's such a badass signature look as well.
I mean, back in the days, I was working at the bar, but at the gym bar, you know. And
Yeah, bar. They have booze at the gym in Russia.
I mean, you know, protein stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
I never knew this.
Yeah, but there's dudes drinking vodka.
No.
Suka.
Let's live that shit, suka. Nah, it was a protein and vitamin stuff, you know, just put it in the shaker and, you
I was
know.
like, man, they're hardcore, dude.
Bears lifting in the gym.
Oh, there's bears in the gym with Alex. They speak fluent Russian.
So yeah, I was working on the fucking gym bar, and I have a lot of time, like free time, you know. And we dropped this. We were writing the first EP. Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to be like a regular band with the regular stuff, you know. I want to show up, you know.
Yeah.
It's tattoo is not enough, you know.
Right.
I want to do something else. And for me, Spider-Man was my top hero, you know. I was when I was a kid, my favorite movie was Spawn. You know who's that? Spawn.
Right.
And this character has the fucking, you know, masks and costumes and all this shit. And I was like, okay, I want to do something similar, you know. And even like Slipknot and Mushroom Heads had the mask.
Hell yeah.
Whatever. I want to do my way, you know, my mask. And I know when you start something like for example, music or in whatever, like business, or when I start to fight, you know, like MMA, a lot of people like talking shit like, oh, you are f***ing nothing and you don't know nothing about that. Why you go into this, you know? But the same people talking shit when I do music, start to do music. It's a classic shit, you know?
Right.
And I was thinking, I want to do a mask, and I just draw this mask like not that good, you know, and I sent to people who sculpt them, you know, and they did it, and I showed Jack like my idea, and he was like, nah, this is bullshit.
You like it, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, in my defense, the first version did have hair. I was completely wrong, but the first version had this crazy hair, dude. But
It was sick.
maybe we'll bring back.
Why were you initially against it? It obviously worked out well. Now y'all are killing
He was talking, this is kind of similar to Slipknot. It's shit.
And I also, to be honest, there was a bit in me where it was like uncertainty of like, there's just not like a deathcore band that does it, or death metal band, you know? It feels very like in this genre that we're not in. And for me, it was almost like scared to push the boundaries even with the image. And to be fair with Alex, I just kind of trusted you on it.
Yeah.
And
it worked out.
Yeah, I was completely wrong. 100%, yeah.
Because I'm always right.
Yo, so let me ask you all this. You're out on the road with Falling in Reverse. Ronnie brought you out on stage. How sick was that? I love Ronnie.
Dude,
you know, what's that been like working with him? You got some additional shows coming up with him as well. You know, how did you meet Ronnie and all of that?
So basically, I don't remember how we met in the internet. I believe that our manager said like we have a deal, or
From what I understand is we have the same booking agent, and they actually offered us, from what I understand, a slot on the tour, and we were kind of surprised because you know the different genres, but we're like, this sounds amazing, you know?
Yeah, it was such a dope
Yeah, we just
lineup.
went for it, you know, for sure.
And yeah, when we met Ronnie and in live, like in person, he's like a simple guy, like a chill guy. He know how to be respectful for everyone, you know. It's just the normal things,
Right.
And I don't know why, but he in America, but even in Russia, the new generation losing it.
Yeah.
You know, they just, I don't know why, but they don't understand how to speak with random guys, you know, and be show you respect because you don't know him.
Right.
Like you have these borders, you know.
There's difference, I feel like, too. I agree with that because it seems like younger people struggle with in-person dialogue,
Right.
in-person conversation, because everything's texting. And
Yeah,
they're like,
exactly.
They're like really awkward when you talk to them.
Yeah, exactly. And Ronnie, he's just humbled and he's smart, and I respect his experience, you know, because I heard a lot of stuff about him, and he create himself like with his hands, you know.
Right.
And he was in the prison, you know, and I know what it is. I never been in the prison, but I know like how difficult it could be, you know, and all this shit. And it tells a lot about your personality. If you stand it, and if you do your own way, and don't be scared about social opinion and all this shit. Right. I just respect that. Yeah. He has a boss, you know, and I just shake his hand, and I very appreciate this opportunity they give us, you know.
Yeah. No, I mean, it seems like the people like Slaughter to Prevail, Falling in Reverse, there's this real new movement that is taking off. I remember I knew Slaughter to Prevail was going to take off inevitably. Do you know who Hardy is? Have you heard of him?
Who is it?
Hardy. Have you heard of him?
No.
Hardy is...
I've heard of him.
He's one of the biggest singers in country music, and I'll send this clip to you, okay? He's also written some of Morgan Wallen's biggest songs.
I know him.
Yeah, you know Hardy. I was gonna
Yes,
say because Hardy, he was like on his tour bus blasting Slaughter to Prevail like
For real?
4 years ago. Yeah. Hardy loves y'all from what I've seen, and I just remember like, man, even country dudes, which he's a huge metal guy as well.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing that. I'm like, damn, I knew of y'all, but I was like, they're really catching on. So I want to ask, at what point did you both realize like, damn, this band is starting to accelerate, we're starting to get somewhere with this?
I mean, for me, post-COVID, or during COVID, we dropped Demolisher. Like, before that, it felt like we had this potential and we always heard the same thing and it just never quite happened. And then we dropped Demolisher, and the thing about Demolisher is, at the time, we had a couple of disputes, as you do with label, whatever, but we just felt something about this song, like, we just want to drop it, and you just dropped it on your channel. And we could never have expected it or planned for what it did. And it opened so many doors. And I think for me, that moment was like, oh yeah, we've actually got an opportunity here. Let's not f it up. Let's not drop the ball. And we just tried new things. And it's just, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. And for me, it was like, I was popular in internet before Demolisher and all this stuff, because I have like a lot of followers on my YouTube channel and my Instagram, and even if we play with Slaughter in United States or whatever, people maybe they don't know Slaughter to Prevail, but they go to the shows just to see me, and I'm like a blogger or something, and I always knew that we're gonna be huge. Because to be honest, this album, like Misery Sermon, I don't like this album because it's just a regular deathcore, and we didn't have this experience with recording and stuff, and we were not smart. But anyway, I always talking about like we need to write a simple music, like simple, catchy breakdowns. Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Exactly. Bring it to your face, like straight away with the growl and f***ing brutal voice and all this shit. And people will love that because I feel it, and I recognize that people who around me, they not into metal music. They just f***ing Russian rednecks, But
tell me about a Russian redneck. I love that. Dude. I love that they're Russian. Like, people are similar across. There's a lot of similarities.
Oh, yeah.
So Russian rednecks is guys who not from the big cities, because I believe big cities make you softer and weak. It's fine because you have a lot of opportunities and you have like cars. You have machines who do it for you, You have services like food and everything. In small village, you have to do your own shit. You have to walk a lot. You have to help your parents and all this stuff, And back in the days, the people from small towns, they don't have internet, And they were stupid because, like a lot of information you take from the internet,
Right.
But before that, school gives you information. Your parents gives you information. Your society, your friends and all this shit. You cannot be smart or you cannot be a superstar without this opportunity, But you have to follow the rules. You have to get up. Like 6 a.m., make something for your house, clean up, or do something in your garden, like help your parents, just because it's necessary to survive, you know what I mean? And it's built your character, it's built the discipline and all this shit, but at the same time, these people are stupid and they are tough. And this is why they rednecks, And when you go to the big cities, these people go to the big cities, they just want to fight or something, They just like a monkeys, like, let's do some stupid shit. You know what I mean? Let's show how strong we are to these fucking pussies,
Hell yeah, dude. That is so awesome.
I actually have a question. You got trucks? Like, do Russian rednecks have trucks? What's the Russian redneck car?
Lada.
Lada. That's the F-150.
That's a brand. That's their F-150. Let me ask you this. Now, over here in the U.S., there was a period of time from like 2006, maybe 2003, where this was one of the craziest phenomenons I ever saw in the U.S., where people started hanging ball sacks from their truck.
Yeah.
Did they do that in Russia?
Not really, but right now I can notice that.
Do you have truck nuts on your truck?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Wait. Say what you've got. Say what you've got.
I got a sticker, right? And it says, in the fight like a Prius.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Oh,
man. So, but you have a souped up truck.
Yeah, I have a.
You're like out here living the American dream. Like, what was it like? What's it like relocating from another country so far away to move here? That takes a lot of courage as well.
So that was 2016. We were playing with Cannibal Corpse, and it was my first time being in America, and I feel myself like home because I grew up with the movies, like with American movies, American games, American music, and I can feel it like this is something like familiar.
Yeah.
You know, everything, everywhere where I go, it's like nothing new, you know, but at the same time, finally I can see that, I can touch it, I can feel it, you know what I mean? And I just love America because it's land of freedom, especially like the north, in the south,
Florida, yeah.
Florida and like Carolina, and you know. But anyway, people here very similar to Russian people, like rednecks,
Right.
because you have to build your own, you know, like property, grow up some fruits or vegetables and the stuff, and you have to watch your fucking animals, and I love that. I respect that because if you go to big cities and you just make yourself weaker, because without internet, without like electricity, without robots and all this shit, what are you gonna do?
Right.
You will be nothing. Right. You will lose. And only because of the farmers, you know, the like people who work on the lands, on farmers, people who watch the who built the people, handymen, you know,
right,
and all of these people, they build up society,
right,
and when you have to understand this, and even if it's not your way to grow up with, or you want to be a rock star, or you want to be a fucking engineer or IT technology guy, you have to understand it and learn a little bit just for your family,
right?
Because if you have kids and wife, they will like look at you like a man who can do everything, you know?
Yeah.
Because if they don't look at you like this, they will not respect you. Right. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter like what family is it, like traditional family or whatever. It's only always a main guy in the family who can take responsibility and protect his family,
right?
You know what I mean? And this is my values. This is my view.
Here, particularly in the U.S., a lot of, you know, there's a high rate of divorce. There's a lot of
that's Russia same.
Yeah, I mean, it's
nowadays, you know, it's a new generation. They afraid of responsibility.
Yeah.
And it's always the fast content right now. Oh, I'm tired of this, I go this way. Oh, I'm tired of this, I wanna like make friendship with another girl. Oh, you just don't understand me. Okay, I find another one. You know, and you always looking for easy way.
Right.
You know, there is no easy way. You have to deal with this. You have to struggle. You have to get experience and be a adult and take responsibility. You know what I mean?
Right. You had recently shared that you have a wife now. I know that you get a lot of attention from the females, or people that were upset about that when you.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, yeah, my wife, she's young, like she's 22, but she's from Kavkaz. Kavkaz is like the part of Russia with the Caucasian people. They are very traditional, you know, and we have Russia is a massive country, you know, and we have different traditional and different cultures, you know. And I'm from Yekaterinburg. It's like Ural Mountains. It's like even it's not the center of
Is it like a small area? What's the population of where you grew up?
Fucking city, you know.
Yekaterinburg is a big city. It's like 3 million people or something like
Oh,
that.
it's massive. Wow.
Yeah, but I grew up not in Yekaterinburg, but in a small village nearby Yekaterinburg. It's like 2 hours of driving, you know. And anyway, this region, like a lot of Slavic people, like Russian, you know, but Caucasian people.
Is this like have you seen the movie Borat? Is this like is it kind of like is that movie
Kinda.
offensive to Russian people?
No,
they like it.
We don't. It doesn't offend us because it's funny, you know. We don't give a shit, you know what I mean? But it's true.
Right.
Some parts, very true, you know.
I'm just waiting for you to say "mawat."
My watch. Yeah.
God, that
But
movie was so
you know, like Caucasian people, they more like Arabian and
Okay.
Turkish, like Muslims, you know, and they have strong traditional things, you know, and they follow
sort
the
of like
rules.
Khabib. Is that the region?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Dagestan,
Legend.
Chechnya. She's from Adygea. It's the same area, you
I
know.
really like him.
Yeah, he's a tough guy, and
Yeah.
he's very.
I like Hazbulla as well.
As well. Yeah.
Have you gotten to meet any of them?
No.
God, we need the Alex Terrible Hazbulla. You wrestled a bear, now you got to wrestle Hazbulla.
I don't want to wrestle Hazbulla because Khabib will come after me.
Yeah,
I don't
he
wanna
seems like a
fight
great.
this-
He seems like a great guy. I mean, he went
Yeah.
out on top in his career.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
just
I'm a
such
fan.
a-
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I really respect that guy. He's a legend.
Yeah.
You know, so we're almost in an hour here. I don't want to hold you all. I know, unfortunately, the show was canceled. I just want to thank you all so much for doing this. And I think that Slaughter to Prevail has very huge things coming for y'all in the future. And it's been great talking to you both. And again, I appreciate you doing it.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely.